Darling, just learned you are at Desert Springs. Will join you at once. Love, Gladys.
Who's Gladys?
My wife, you dope.
What about us being on the way back to Hollywood?
Yeah, I gotta make that 11 o'clock train tonight.
Yeah, but the sheriff won't let us get out of here until the body is found.
Well, let's find it. I've got a report at the studio at 9 o'clock in the morning.
Very well, gentlemen. We have just about 12 hours before train time. Now, we'll proceed according to plan. Does everybody know what to do?
Oh, yeah, sure, yes.
Splendid. May success reward your efforts.
Yes.
Like a dragon chasing its own tail, we're not getting anywhere.
Oh, brother, now there's a piece of understatement if I ever heard one.
Who wants some food? I'm hungry.
Of all the silly, unvarnished drivel I've had to listen to in my life, you amateur G-men are unsurpassed.
A room service.
You should talk.
This is room 33.
Yeah, Bonzel, you had as good a motive as anybody to bump off Thornton.
Will you send up a bacon and tomato sandwich, please?
Now, listen, I told you fellas before, and I'll tell you again, I had nothing to do with it.
On toast.
You will admit you had the opportunity.
Yes, with mayonnaise.
What do you mean?
That morning early when Thornton met his death, you were not in your room.
No mayonnaise?
Not in my room. All right, so I couldn't sleep. I went out for a smoke.
Horseradish.
Mr. Von Zell, that would be a dangerous alibi to use in a courtroom.
Well, if you ask me, Miss Walker had a good motive for this. She had every reason to hate Thornton for what he tried to get away with last year. And it's a cinch she was the one that was in the room.
All right, suppose I was.
Be careful what you say.
I was in Thornton's room. Now, for heaven's sakes, let's stop talking about it.
Cheryl, listen. I don't know who you're trying to protect, but I can't let you stick your neck out. She was with me. She's lying now to spare my reputation.
Mr. Von Zell, at the moment your reputation should be your last concern.
Yeah, with a murder rap staring you in the puss.
Wait a minute, Burke. You are accusing Von Zell of killing Thornton.
Yes, and Jackson is accusing Miss Walker. Is it necessary to have a newspaper man here?
Why don't you act your age? You guys are taking a perfectly legitimate murder mystery and turning it into a screwball farce.
We don't want no opinions from no news beagles.
Yeah, keep your nose out of this.
The next thing you'll be accusing me.
Gentlemen, gentlemen!
Oh, how do you like these characters? They're beginning to believe their own parts. They wouldn't know a footprint if they were standing in front of Grauman's Chinese Theater.
Look who's talking. You're the only one who heard that mysterious voice in Thornton's room?
Oh, great. Now they've got me in the who's gal.
A bunch of Hollywood actors trying to play detective.
Miss Windsor, your choice of words is unfortunate for one who is directly involved in this affair. You're compact, I believe.
Why, yes, it is mine. I must have left it someplace.
In Thornton's room, to be exact.
Wait a minute, Luke. You're supposed to help us get out of this mess. Instead of that, you practically got us hanging in the electric chair.
Sorry, Russian, but you asked us to come here and solve this murder.
It was your idea.
We were just doing our duty.
The law is the law.
Those guys are fabulous.
We're trying to help you. We're your friend.
Yeah, well, look, do us a favor and don't be so friendly.
You can't accuse these people of murder. I won't let you. They are my friends. Burke is accusing Bonzel. Jackson is accusing Miss Walker. And you, Luke, you are accusing Miss Windsor of killing Thornton. All right? Before we go any further, I confess. I confess I know nothing about it.
Oh, no. Hey, that's my wife. Ella, you answer.
Who, me?
Yes, if it's Mrs. Bonzel, tell her I'm out. Gone. I've left on the afternoon train. Be careful what you say.
Yes, this is his room.
It's her.
How much of a jump is it to the ground?
What do you mean, what am I doing in here? Well, of course this is a woman's voice.
It's her.
That's right. That's right. That's right. Well, coming right up, eh?
No, no, no. Hang up, hang up.
It's the waiter. He's coming right up.
They've got him. Bolton's killer. He's downstairs. He's confessed.
Oh, wait. We got him.
No, that won't be necessary. I'll bring him in myself. All right, goodbye.
Who is it, Sheriff? Who did it? Give us the dough.
All right, Mac, bring him out. Why? I never thought that. No, I wonder if it does.
Why do you arrest him, Sheriff? He had nothing to do with it.
Oh, is that so? Maybe you can tell us who did.
I did it.
Don't believe her. She's lying. I did it. Oh, just a second. You're trying to protect this man. Why?
It's perfectly natural for a daughter to protect her father.
Is this man your father?
Yes. Yes, he is. Oh, Dad, whatever made you say you killed him?
Don't worry, darling. It's all right.
He didn't do it, Sheriff, I tell you. He didn't do it. I did it.
No, I did it.
I did it, Sheriff.
All right. You say you did it. He says he did it. Now, is there anyone else here that'd like to confess this murder?
Hold on, Sheriff. I got the real murderer. This is an outrage. I protest this indignity. I protest.
Sheriff, here's your murderer.
I demand you arrest this man for arresting me. My, it's confusing.
He did it, all right. I found the poison in his room.
Yeah, that's right. We saw him take that bottle out of Thornton's room. Take those cuffs off of him. You meddling jackasses, I've already solved this murder. If I hear another word out of you...
Permit me to remind you, Sheriff. Are you forgetting that you cannot solve or even prove there was a murder until you produce a body?
That's right, Sheriff. There's got to be a corpus delicti.
He said it. And another thing...
Doctor.
It worked. Exactly 72 hours. The greatest discovery of our time. Medical science will acclaim. And now I'll be famous. Come, now you must rest and be quiet.
Wait a minute. What is all this?
You see, for years, I've been working on a cure for heart ailment. Now, this drug that I have discovered, when administered to a patient, would stop the heart action for 72 hours. At the end of which time, if the patient lived, he would be completely cured. And it worked. It worked. Now you understand, Sheriff, why I couldn't allow you to remove that body. An autopsy would have been fatal. Nowadays, it isn't even safe to be dead.
Yeah, well, that clears that up. We can still just make that 11 o'clock train.
What's your hurry? It's only 10 after 11.
Well, Tom, it looks like you came out here on a wild goose chase.
Oh, I don't know. Coming here hasn't been a total loss.
Congratulations, Mr. Boardman. I think you've got a great picture. I want to thank you for the opportunity you gave me in it.
It's an extremely smart whodunit.
I don't think my part was large enough.
Oh?
Oh, well, May, you were swell. When is it going to be released?
I doubt seriously that it will be released.
Well, what do you mean? The picture's full of laughs and suspense.
I'm sorry, folks, but I can't share your enthusiasm. Up to a point, the picture's very good. But the finish is disappointing and will never be accepted by an audience.
Well, how do you figure that?
I know it's a formula, but Thornton must be dead to satisfy the audience. We just have no picture unless Thornton is dead.
Mr. Boardman, I have an idea.
All right, Bert, let's have it. That's why we're here.
Do you mind running the end of the picture over again?
Not at all. Joe, will you run the last 100 feet?
That's right, Sheriff. There's got to be a corpus delicti.
He said it. And another thing, happy ever after.